Yllu adniyesini mentusela eşbiyeli istini sebima u dingerhaldi. There was nothing. Before me there was nothing. The king says this.
He is Mehmet Kushman. He is a museum guard at an ancient historical site in Turkey. Despite only having a primary school education, he learned the ancient Urartian language through his own efforts.
My name is Mehmet Kushman. I was born in 1940 in Van Gerfena. After completing my full 24 months of military service, I returned to my village, Çavuştepe. People I had never seen or met before were walking around the school. When I asked my friends who they were, they said maybe they are archaeologists. They have come from Istanbul to excavate Mount Bol. This mountain is called Mount Bol.
An ancient tablet has surfaced. I was also young. How would I know what a tablet is? Is a tablet a bad thing? No, he said. It's good. Well, what does it say? I don't know, he said. And well, I was young back then. I used to say that when a professor was mentioned, they knew everything happening in the world. Hey, professor, can't you read this script, these patterns? No, he said. So, aren't you a professor then? Yes. Well, what's the use of a professor then? He laughed. It's not like what you think, he said. When inscriptions came out one after another in the second year, I said, Professor, I want to learn this script. Is it possible? He said, no. Why not? It's difficult, he said. How difficult, Professor? I'm human too. Why is it difficult? Son, it's difficult for you, he said. At that time, I was only an elementary school graduate. Professor, I want to learn, I said. Oh no, we are going back to Istanbul in 2 weeks. You go to the castle, there are many inscriptions there. You can handle it yourself now, they said. I took a lined notebook, I took a pencil, I went up to the castle. There are 2 types of writing. I don't know which of these writings are Urartian and which are Assyrian. I wrote and drew by looking at the stones. I want to make an alphabet, but it's not enough. I went to Iran. I went to Iran without a passport, illegally. I walked around, came back and wrote down what I found. They said Armenia. Armenia and Turkey are tense. I don't have a passport. If I get caught, I'll be in trouble. I'm asking around, investigating. One person said there's a village near the Georgia border crossing. There's a man named Emin Aga there. Go to him. I'll write you a letter. If you give it to him, he will help you. I went, gave your letter. He was happy. I don't have a passport, I said. How will you go to Armenia? I don't know. Then he called a man and said, take the child to a place where he won't get caught. I went there and gathered information. I also traveled around Syria. I copied all the inscriptions in Turkey. After 3 years, when the alphabet was completed, they finally called me to Istanbul for a symposium. We went to the symposium. At that time there, we have valuable archaeologists. We had nearly 20 academics. I showed the alphabet to one of them. Where did you get this from? They asked. I said, I didn't get it. I made it. The first professor didn't believe. Then they said, it's very nice. They called the other friend too. Applause. They applauded me. They also gave me some pocket money. All the professors conducting veteran studies in Turkey are there, both local and foreign. We came here and started with the language. The language took 22 years of my life, because Urartian scripts are not like our scripts. Theirs are syllabic. Ours is a single letter. They use 54 signs. 49 out of 54 are syllables, 5 are vowels. All of the A's, E's, I's, U's, and I's are vowels. That's why I had a hard time. First of all, you put those syllables together just to write a name. Then it takes the form of a word. When you read a line, you need to change the positions of the words to form the sentence. It took me 22 years to understand. It all took 25 years. We learned something. Yes, that's how it happened. Right now, there are 7 of us in Turkey. There are 12 of us in the world. I am the youngest among them, and I'm in this state. I've just turned 83. That's how the days go by. Schools invite at this moment. In Istanbul, too. Universities invite. I go. That's how time passes. Time passed, but time also wore me down. Urartu was not known. When we went to school, our teacher used to say Assyria. In history class, Assyrians were mentioned. Urartu was not known. Recently, when Istanbul University came and started excavations, this time Urartu emerged and Assyria disappeared, because Assyria is actually in another place, in Mesopotamia.
This time when Urastu came out, the world was curious. Between 1980 and 1995, more than 20 buses were coming here daily. Yeah, they were coming from America, Europe, the Far East, from everywhere. Oh, now it has stopped, yeah. They invited me to America and gave me a 12-year visa. In California, the governor said, Mr. Cushman, look, we gave you a 12-year visa. Stay this winter too. Next year, let's bring your whole family here. Give education here. But I did not accept. We are working in our own country. Thankfully, we have enough income. I love this place. Being at the castle, the historic sites. I've been here for 61 years. I've been here since 1962. I don't really go anywhere from my home. I'm always here. In the summer months, I leave the house at 6 and come back at 6. 12 hours. This place is like my child. I can't live if I don't come. I worked as an official guard from 1962 to 2005. Since 2005, I have been a volunteer. After I retired, the general director of museums came to the castle. He asked the museum director, "Where is our guard?" He said he has retired. How does one retire? Sir, our general manager retired because he turned 60. Go and bring him, he said. They took me to him. Uncle, I want to hire you again, said the general manager. All right, I'll work. But we won't pay you, they said, because I am officially retired. Dear general manager, I would work for a week, a month, or a year for your sake. But I also have a family to take care of. What should I do? The museum director intervened and said, Mehmet Cushman writes in Eurasian. Let's allow him to sell his own works in the museum area. He won't ask us for money either. That's how the protocol was made. 18 years passed like this. I have also grown old now. I probably won't be here after this year, but I also have the right to travel a bit. I took care of this place. I'm sure my conscience is clear.
As for the article, here again, the word dingir, tengri, dingir irmoshini, einie, sosinia, sardurische, argestini, and Arpistiolo built this temple for the god Irmish. Yrlu agniasini, mentusella espieli, istini shabima uasha dingerhaldi. This was a mountain, a desert. There was nothing here before me, but I am coming with you quite comfortably. He says he founded this city as the provincial capital. Eyya istiniya, man shabimani ashba ulae, aba usam endida gugoni anini. In about 35 kilometers, you'll pass by a place called Hosha. Its original name was Gugune.